Hey everyone, welcome back. Ready for another deep dive?
Always.
Awesome. So today we're heading to a place that's seriously shaking things up in the world of sustainable development,
Oh, interesting. Where to?
Nigeria. Specifically, the Niger Delta,
Right.
a region that's been, well, kind of synonymous with oil for decades. But now things are changing, big time.
Yeah, I've heard whispers of this. Something about a green revolution.
You heard right. It's like they're flipping the script, turning this, oil-dependent past into a future powered by nature. And get this, it's not just about the environment. It's about economic opportunities for the people who live there. Communities taking charge of their own destinies.
Now that's a story I want to hear.
So let's dive in. What's got everyone buzzing about the Niger Delta right now is this whole carbon credit thing. You familiar with those?
Oh, yeah, carbon credits. It's basically like a permit that lets you emit a certain amount of carbon dioxide or other greenhouse gases.
Right.
Right.
You got it. But here's the twist. In the Niger Delta, it's not just about companies buying these credits to offset their emissions. It's about actually restoring ecosystems to
You-
generate those credits. Think mangroves, forests, all that good stuff.
Wait, so they're like earning money by protecting nature.
Exactly. And it's attracting big money.
Yeah.
Companies like Shell are investing millions in these mangrove restoration projects in Nigeria. Millions.
Wow, that's incredible. So this is actually putting a real value on environmental restoration.
Absolutely. And that value goes beyond just, the financial aspect. It's about restoring these vital ecosystems that provide so much. Like they act as natural buffers against storms and erosion. They support fisheries. They store carbon. It's a win-win all around.
I'm starting to see why you're so excited about this. It's like they've cracked the code on how to make conservation profitable.
It's pretty amazing. Right. And it's not just big corporations leading the charge. It's the local communities.
Oh, interesting. So they're not just like passive bystanders and all this.
No way.
Yeah.
They're the ones on the front lines doing the work, getting trained in sustainable practices, and they're the ones directly benefiting from these economic opportunities.
So they're like reclaiming their land and their future, really taking ownership of this whole green revolution.
Think about it. For so long, developing nations have kind of been, on the receiving end of climate solutions, told what to do, how to do it. But in the Niger Delta, they're the ones driving the change. Pretty inspiring, right?
Yeah, it's a powerful shift.
And it really challenges that old narrative, that economic growth and environmental protection are somehow at odds.
Like it's a zero-sum game.
Exactly.
Hmm.
But here, they're proving that those two things can totally go hand in hand.
So are there like any challenges or roadblocks they're facing in all this? I mean, it can't all be smooth sailing, right?
Oh, of course not. It's a complex situation.
Yeah.
Like navigating land ownership issues is a big one, making sure everyone benefits fairly, that the money from these carbon credits actually reaches the communities doing the work. That's crucial.
I can imagine. There's always a risk of like exploitation or, the profits just going to a select few.
Right, right. And ensuring transparency and accountability throughout the whole process. That's super important.
Makes sense. So it sounds like they're tackling some really big challenges, but also pioneering some pretty innovative solutions.
Oh, absolutely. Beyond just the carbon credits, they're coming up with some seriously creative ways to address these local challenges. Like,
Right.
you wouldn't believe this one, but they're actually turning a problem into a resource.
Ooh, I love those stories. What is it?
Okay, so you know about water hyacinth, right? That invasive plant that just takes over waterways?
Yeah, I've seen pictures. It looks like a green monster swallowing up entire lakes and rivers.
Well, they're turning that water hyacinth into biofuel. Can you believe it?
Whoa, that's incredible. So not only are they like cleaning up the environment, they're also creating a local energy source.
Exactly. And that kind of ingenuity is everywhere. They're embracing solar power, waste energy programs, all sorts of cool stuff. Like when people are directly invested in solving their own problems, amazing things can happen.
Yeah, necessity is the mother of invention, right?
Totally. Doing this deep dive has been really eye-opening for me. It's like watching a whole new blueprint for sustainable development unfold right before our eyes.
It really is. And it makes you think, like, could this model, with the carbon credits, the community involvement, the innovative solutions, could this work in other places facing similar challenges?
That's the question, isn't it? And what role can, international collaboration play in supporting these initiatives and helping them grow? There's so much potential here, and it's a story of hope. It's a story of innovation. It's about the power of local action making a global impact.
I couldn't have said it better myself.
Well, that's our deep dive into Nigeria's green revolution. It's a glimpse of what a greener and more equitable future could look like, a future where protecting the planet and empowering communities go hand in hand.
And that's a future I can definitely get behind.
Me too. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive, everyone.
But
Until next time.
see you then.